Hello. It's a late one tonight. How are we all doing? You okay? 151 people here. Yeah, sorry it's a late one, guys. I got back late. Long story. I haven't seen anything, literally hardly anything of what's happened today. So you'll have to bear with me. We're gonna find out together. So I know that Tim Davie was there in the Lord's committee today or something. So we're going to have a quick look at that. We're not going to look at it all. It's like an hour and odd, but we're going to have a quick flick through and see what he had to say. This story is evolving. Okay, it's changing all the time. It's a late one, so I don't want to be on too long, folks. Okay. So we might have to do it in two halves. If there's quite a lot to get through, we'll do it in two halves. But I am going to be live tomorrow night with Paz. That is apparently going to happen, definitely. Paz has got some updates on some paranormal stuff next door, so that'll be happening. So if we do a two-parter, it will be tonight and tomorrow night. Hello, Brum Vixen. Hello, all of our members. Hello, everybody. Welcome for being here. I appreciate each every one of you, old, new, in the middle, subscribers. I thank you all for being here. So I've just heard briefly that Dan Wotton's put I haven't seen it yet. Dan Wotton's apparently put something out. I just want to say I haven't seen it, but I will be making a video on it. I've got a video I want to put out anyway about a few things. So I'm being pulled in different directions. I'm being told by some people, well, you're obviously right wing because you're not. I'm Shattered, Blumbrixen. You're obviously right wing because you went for Huw. It doesn't work like that. Okay, and I'll explain that I'll explain that in my video to anybody who wants to know. Jeff, you didn't have a spanner on this channel. That was on the Curious Bunny. Yeah, I kept reaching 18,000 and it kept dropping again. I don't know what it's on now. YouTube are taking subs off me all the time, so which I'm not bothered about. But you know, they should just be honest about it. Dan addressed it. Yeah, I did hear that, Smiley. So we'll just say hello to everybody. I can't do individual hellos like I do on the outdoor streams. It's a tough one, lovely jubbly. I'm going to be making a video. I'm going to break it down as much as I can. Okay, I'm going to do it as best as I can. So welcome everybody. There's so many people here. I can't do my individual hellos, but I just want to say that if you're here, welcome. Exactly, Brum Vixen. Hello, Squirrel. How are you doing, Nicola? Little Miss Sunshine. All the members, welcome. Moderators, thank you for being here. We've got some super mods in. I've done the settings, normal moderators. Everybody, doesn't matter what you are, welcome. Take care, Julius. Right then, so today we had old Tim Divvy, is what I like to call him. I've not done one of these for ages on my laptop, so I'm like, I forgot what to do. No, I haven't. Let me just get this up. Just give me a sec. I'm going to get the stream up. And then we'll have a look and we'll break it down. Just give me a moment, guys. Let people come in. Go and put the kettle on or whatever you're doing at 10:10 at night in the UK. I know if you're not in the UK, it might be a different time. But yeah, I'm shattered. So it is apparently it's an hour and a half-ish. So we might be better doing it in two halves. We'll see. We'll have a quick flick through. And if it seems quite juicy, we'll watch it all and we'll break it down over two nights. But if it looks like it's just mostly just, hogwash and just usual snobby BBC mumblings. Okay, I'm not seeing chat at the moment, so just bear with me. I'm just going to get in. Okay, we're going to get this up and then. So I'm not seeing any chat. Oh, we don't want to start listening to you yet, I'm afraid. So if we've got mods in, I'll be grateful if you can just keep an eye on chat for me. Just shut all this down. But yeah, I am aware of what Dan Wotton. I'm aware that he came on. I'm not aware of that much of what he said. I think he mentioned something about dark forces are trying to take GB News down. I kind of agree, and I don't know, but let me just look into it and make a video. I have been literally doing as much as I can research on this, and what's happening with bank accounts being closed. I'll do a normal news show soon. Just haven't had chance because, as you know, it's been a bit crazy. I am out a lot in the summer. You won't see as many of these streams when I'm on my laptop. You'll see more of them out and about because it's summer. In the winter, I'm indoors more, so I do more indoor streams on laptops and I show different things. Right then, I don't know anything Dan said. I'll do a video. I don't want to do it now because when people are coming in to watch the replay, Isabella, but I get what you're saying. I want to know as well. But when people are coming in to watch the replay, they moan that I'm talking about things that aren't what I'm supposed to be talking about, which is going, oh, you say hello too many times. Oh, fuck off. Anyway, here we go. Here we go, folks. Let's get this on. So this is Tim Divvy, I think. Tim Divvy. Yeah. Grilled by the parliament, one of the parliamentary committees. I think this was the Lords Committee. And he was, when all this happened with the Huw stuff, this was, they arranged this then. This is right, okay, he's going to answer some questions. So it's a bit like what happened with that, what's her face? What's her name? I keep calling her Davina McCall, but it's Carolyn, isn't it?
The proceeding will start shortly.
The proceeding will start shortly. Right, let's have a look. So he's going to be talking about
The
what
proceeding
happened.
will start shortly.
Oh, really? Do you have to keep telling us every 2 seconds? Really?
The proceeding will start shortly.
I know, I can read.
Good afternoon. This is the Communications and Digital Select Committee, and this is a one-off hearing with the BBC. I'm very pleased to welcome Tim Davey, Director General, Dame Elan Closs-Stevens.
Look, we've got some, what do you call them? Subtitles.
The interim chair, and Ms Claire Sumnan, but I am pleased nonetheless that the substance of our session today, which is about our report of last year on BBC Future Funding, is a follow-up to that. That is covered on the front page of the Times and other newspapers. Coincidental. But before we get to the main topic of this session, what I wanted to do is start with some questions about recent events and the latest controversy surrounding the BBC, and
old Hayley,
some
Henry,
points and raise some questions with our witnesses in relation to accountability and independence, which both are important.
I want to add quickly as well. It looks like not many people have picked up on this today, which is interesting. I've just gone and had a look. I've just hang on a minute. I've just gone and had a quick look, and this has only got 1,000 views. That's all, 1,000 views. So it seems to me that not many people have actually watched this. They usually keep this, they usually put this sort of stuff everywhere, and they haven't, which I find quite interesting. So not many people. Did any of you just give me a 1, okay? Give me a 1 if you knew about this happening today. Now, when Caroline McCall and that other guy, that aubergine, don't like aubergine guy, was in Parliament talking about the old filthy Phil scandal, whatever you want to call it, Philgate or Filthgate. I'll thank you, Gail. So I just wondered, did anyone know about this today? Give me a 1 if you knew about this. Because I've just looked and they've got 1,000 views on this. It's not a lot at all for Talk TV. It's got like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of subs. Even my videos get more than 1,000 views, and I'm only a little channel, and not many people watch me. Well, you lot are here now. I appreciate that. There's a mixture. We've got lots of 7s. I know what that means. James, Carly 2, Edgar 2, David Murphy 1, Ellen 2. Hello, Mama Bear Love. Hello, everyone. I can't say individually, but I'd love you guys. Smiley says 1. Saw it on the news. Okay, so you heard about it. Okay, interesting. So they're not really pushing this, are they? Which is interesting. Okay. I've just seen your email, Freeside. I did not block you. I'm just, if you can hear me, I'll try and unblock you as quickly as I can, but I am streaming. Lots of 2s. I'd say mostly 2s. So they've kind of kept this on the D-low. Deco says 2. Sorry, Q. Wasn't aware. Filthgate, says Ninja Alley. 0, says Angela Ward. Your comments aren't being blocked, darling. Look, I can see you. There you are. Sometimes YouTube will hide stuff. The only person that's blocked has just emailed me. Hello, Glenn. There wasn't much publicity, right? Okay, so you hear it here then. If you want to know about this, you're in the right place. If you find this boring and you don't really care about what goes on the BBC and all of its covering up and so on, then yeah, you might not want to watch this, but let's see.
Important to public confidence in the BBC, whether it's when it's dealing with a crisis or when it's about its future and the loyalty of licence fee payers. And just to reassure witnesses that we have no intention of seeking to preempt the investigations that are ongoing or to intrude into personal or personnel matters which are not topics for us. But can I start by asking you, Mr. Davey, please, to perhaps give us an update on the 2 pieces of work which you announced last week, and particularly what the timing is of those reports, as in those pieces of work, when you're expecting them to conclude, and what we might see by way of publication when they are concluded.
Thank you, Chair, and I appreciate the chance to update the committee. As I've said, this has been a difficult affair where we've tried to calmly and reasonably navigate actually some difficult concerns around the allegations of themselves, duty of care, privacy, and legitimate public interest. As you say, we've announced, and I'm sure the committee is aware of the things we've announced in terms of the action steps. Let me just directly update you on where we're at. So the first is the fact-finding investigation, allegations with regard to an individual. You look at those allegations, you go through the facts, and then as any organisation, I think, with due care and attention, facts that you have.
We don't have to call him individual. No, it's human things done.
It's difficult to give you a precise time on that. The reason is because you have to go assess the information. There's also duty of care concerns within that. So on that one specifically, because I'm not in control of all the variables, that could take weeks or it could take a couple of months, depending on, or even longer, depending on what we get and managing the individuals involved flawlessly. And my main priority is to be fair, make sure we get all the information into that process and act judiciously. But that process is underway, well managed with, I think, world-class experts in the area that we have within the BBC.
World-class.
The second thing is clearly in a case like this that's been difficult, you always get learning. So what I've asked for, and the committee will have seen this, and I think it may be worth, Chair, me asking my chair to give you a sense of the board overview of this particular element, which is the review of protocols and procedures, including the learnings of this case. So, and go through that process of understanding what we need to do in terms of, are there any adjustments to our protocols and the procedures that come from this? That will be led from an executive point of view by the highly experienced Chief Operating Officer, Lee Tavazia. From an executive side, I'll let the chair give you a sense of how the board is overseeing that, and actually we're involving external expertise as well to make sure we are properly held to account. The third thing, I just want to mention one thing, if I may, which is the last thing, which is immediately,
I smell bullshit.
I have asked for a quick look at what is red flagged to ensure consistency during the period by which we do the review, because it would be slightly bureaucratic of me to have process running but not immediately fix some things that are obvious in terms of making sure there's consistency in what gets flagged up. So we are doing that work immediately.
I'm still here, guys. I have no idea.
I didn't answer the question around timing of the second element. I think that group will report in, I'll say the autumn, maybe late autumn. That's the kind of timing I suspect.
Do you want to, Damian, just add to how the board is overseeing?
Okay, I'm back. Right, I'm hearing a lot of bullshit. Let me just get in.
I would like to add, because I think that
I was just looking. Pre-side you were blocked. Okay, let's listen to this one.
And as courtesy also with the chair of Ofcom. Of course, Ofcom doesn't have a locus in.
We don't care. We just want to hear the questions.
she wanted to speak to the Director General
directly.
Thursday,
Here we go.
In 2 days' time. They will be published in due course, and the inquiry will get underway as soon as possible.
Okay. So will they be published straight after your board meeting?
Yeah, they'll be published this week.
Okay. All right. Very good. Just there's a couple of things I wanted to come back to, particularly with you, Mr. Davey. But before I do, could I stick with you, Damilan? And it's very reassuring to know that the board met on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon when this whole matter, if I can describe it, as erupted the weekend before last. And I mean, clearly, as we know from politicians took to the airwaves, the Secretary of State made it public that she wanted to speak to the Director General directly to find out what was going on. I just wondered whether, with hindsight, you think that it would have been helpful to be able to show accountability of the BBC if there'd been more visibility of what the board was doing at that point in time.
It was quite interesting because we had the annual report and accounts on the Tuesday. And obviously we had a duty to Parliament to put the annual. So we invited, was it 40? Something like 40 journalists. They were on Zoom. I gave, as you would expect, I gave an introductory talk of the independence of the BBC. Unfortunately, not a single paper reported on that. They were so taken. I must have been naive, but they were.
What's she on about? Is she on something? Is she talking about this or what? What's she on about? Zoom. She's been watching my live streams with Sapphire. I thought she says that the questions are coming in. We just want to know what the questions were. We want to know, because the thing is, this is, look at her, look if looks could kill, look. We just want to know, we want it on record. The people saying that this is bullshit, most of it is, but we need to hear what they're saying because we can hold these people to account. So in the future, we find out they're Billy bullshit and we can go back and say, hang on a minute, you said this under this. Now, this is the same as being under oath because they're in Parliament. Now, we know that Davina McCall, what's her name? Carolyn McCall lied a lot. No one's got her back. No one's holding her to account. It's all bullshit. But anyway, we have got people on that. We have got people asking the right people the right questions on whether Carolyn knew and ITV knew that Matthew had ADHD. We have got people asking these questions. We're just not getting anything back. So just bear with us. There is lots going on with Filthy Phil. I haven't forgotten about him. There's people in the background doing research. I'm doing research. So this is a huge distraction, I believe, away from him. And there's something else going on as well. I can't talk about yet. I don't know who it is. But there's a big thing going on. And I'm going to make a video. There's some big juicy videos coming up. But there's a big distraction going on. And we just want to know, I want to know whether she asks him the straight question. Why didn't you do anything when you found out on the 19th, 18th of May till the newspaper reported it? I want to hear what he says. We know he's going to lie, but we need to know what he says so we can hold him to account.
In a little bit more to the fore of our journalists.
I think you need to go back
coverage
to
of this,
Kate's love for
but I can't dictate that
again.
to them.
No, I mean, I absolutely get that you can't dictate how the media reports any event, but I think the weekend in question where it seemed to be everybody was, if I can put it this way, piling in and having sort of, perfectly reasonable inquiries, wanting to get reassurance that, how is the BBC handling this matter, all that sort of thing. I mean, the nature of their interest was perfectly reasonable, but I think that it is also important for people to know that the board, who has the responsibility for making sure that the interests of the licence fee payer as a whole are being properly represented, that they are discharging their responsibilities, because that helps with the BBC's independence, of course.
I take your point. I also want to add that we had a duty to act with some calm and rationality in the face of lack of rationality and lack of calm. There were an awful lot of questions that could not be answered. There was a huge pressure to disclose the name of somebody to whom we had a duty of care and a duty of privacy, in addition to the family and young man that were concerned in this maelstrom. So I was, on the one hand, seeking to establish the right of the board to oversee what was happening.
They all look the same.
But at the same time, I was trying my best to make for a calm and rational discussion of the issue before we all got carried away in what could have been very wrong directions.
Understood. Can I just go back to the original complaint and ask Mr. Davey? I mean, as has already been acknowledged, we had Ofcom before us last week, and they made clear that this is not a matter for them, and it's quite distinct from an editorial complaint where there might be a right of appeal.
How is it not a matter of Ofcom? Ofcom is supposed. Sorry, guys. Look, I need to keep on chiming in. Tell me to shut up if you want, or we can listen to these waffling. Do you want? I'm going to ask you a quick question, guys. I do what you want me to do. Like, I'm dictated by you. We have a democracy on this channel. Do you want me to keep chiming in and fast forwarding it and wading through the Billy bullshit, or do you want me to just let it go and listen to them and I'll shut up and mute? Let me know what you want me to do. Do you want me to mute, or do you want me to talk through it and give my take? Let me know. Hello, Poncho. I hope we're still on for Halloween. Telling my nail lady today. Chime in, says Gail. Hello, love. Chime in. Oh, okay. You're okay with that then, guys. Hello, Angel, darling. How you doing? Okay, I like it. I like it. You guys want to hear what I got to say? Awesome, awesome. Fast forward, please. I'm fast forwarding and I'm talking as well. Jeff wants me to shut up. Yes. Brilliant, brilliant, Pincho. We love it. I've got Paz on tomorrow night. You should be one to talk to. Okay, thank you, everyone. I just want to, you know, we've got to read between the bullshit, but you've got to admit they all look the same, don't they? Has anyone ever seen that Doctor Who episode? You probably haven't, but Doctor Who, when I think it was season 1, when they were all in, was it episode 2 with Christopher Eccleston? And there's all these government, parliament people, and they all just pop out of their own skin and turn into aliens, big fat bums. Anybody remember that? Well, I feel like any moment now, these people are going to unzip themselves and something alien's going to pop out. It's hard to take people seriously, you know. Hello, Michael. Hello, I hope you're okay. Acorn Antiques. If Davos was here, Scottish Debbie remembers it. If Scottish Davos was here, he would know because he's a Doctor Who fan. Okay. Yeah, I remember, says Angel. Yeah. Well, they live as well, yeah. But her in the background, right? She's like training.
In light of that, I wondered if you could update us on what is the current situation as far as the original complainants are concerned, as in, is the BBC still in contact with them, and do they understand the process that is being followed and what they can expect once it is complete?
Thank you. Yeah, inevitably, I know you go so far because I want to protect privacy here.
No, this is questions now.
Since
this is the only good bit
that weekend that we've been discussing, we have been in touch with the complainant, and obviously we want to be engaged and appropriately listening and understanding concerns.
Okay, but that you're in contact with them.
I've just confirmed we've spoken.
Okay, no, that's
arrogant little prick. What did he just say?
Hang on, we're getting the only good privacy here. Let me just say,
another one.
Since that weekend that we've been discussing, we have been in touch with the complainant,
right?
And obviously, we want to be engaged and appropriately listening and understanding concerns.
Okay, so he's just admitted on record that he's been in touch with the mother. Okay, in between his little hand gestures. So isn't he vile? So okay, we've got that on record now. It's just admitted that they're speaking to the mother, because the claimant's the mother. This is such a bizarre case, and I think we're all forgetting about the fact that the mother and I think the dad or the uncle brought this forward, and the victim or alleged victim, the dude who's now 20, I think. He then came out via his expensive lawyers, who nobody can really afford, apart from people like this dude and Huw. said that nothing happened via these expensive lawyers. I can't believe that people aren't questioning who's paying for the lawyers. Who are these lawyers? Does anyone know who the lawyers are? If anyone's got the name of the lawyer, let me know. It'd be great to find out. There's so much going on here, and we're just being distracted by bullshit stuff. There's so much happening. It's insane. And this, the Dan Wootton Think Pink Roses, I want to do a video separate on that. I think there's people that hate Dan Wootton are letting that get in the way of the truth. It's like the Alex Belfield thing. People hated him that much that they wanted him in prison, even though what he did was not horrific compared to what I've been through with Charles. But they hate Alex Belfield that much. Now, Alex Belfield should be in prison for fraud, but I don't think his trolling was pretty lame, actually. Didn't, he's stalking. He didn't even go to the house or anything. Charles didn't even come to my house. They've done far worse to me. And I think people's hatred of individuals can put the blinkers on, So I don't know. There's so much going on with Dan Wootton, and I'm nearly finished preparing for a video. But with this, we want to hear what these people are saying on record. So now we know he's speaking to the mother, and the arrogance. He's trying to be the new him. They all look the same.
Okay, but that you're in contact with them.
I've just confirmed we've spoken.
Okay, no, that's helpful to know. And as part of the review that is being carried out on the protocols and the procedures of handling this sort of thing, I just wondered if there was anything more that you wanted to add about the difference of complaints handling of this kind versus editorial complaints, because I think most of us, are very sort of quite clear and confident in how editorial complaints get handled, but this one's sort of somewhat different.
It is a lot different.
Yeah, so I mean, we have, as you know, we sometimes get to hundreds of thousands of complaints on various scheduling issues and questions, and tennis is the latest, thing that most people we've had more complaints on tennis than any other item, certainly in the last few weeks, in terms of scheduling. So you've got all that coming through, and we can talk about it in more detail, but the process by which, as you know, Chair, and well versed in terms of the various stages of that, which I can talk people through, stage 2 and then to Ofcom. We then have complaints of this nature that come in that might be serious allegations, but we have a lot coming into the BBC. We're a huge organisation. We have different things. Some are malicious, some may be small issues, potentially big issues. So that is a difficult thing to judge for coming into our audience services centre. If they have something that they have a concern around that clearly needs to be looked at, that gets passed to our corporate investigations team. So we have very experienced people who have a perfect background for this, let's just say, in terms of their experience levels, and they look at what to do with what they've got in front of them in terms of that contact and the information they've got. And then they will decide how to treat that, whether it's obviously a serious case, whether there's clear allegations of criminality, a number of factors they'll look at and see how they deal with that matter. That will then, they'll then work through that and then deal with that appropriately in terms of how it goes through, whether it could lead to a fact-finding and disciplinary, or it might go to the authorities. They want to make it that boring that nobody watches. We go through with that group.
Okay. And I guess final question from me on this topic is that, I suppose just following on from that, generally speaking, when it comes to the highest profile and highest paid presenters, what can you tell us about how BBC management holds them to account for the responsibility they have for upholding the BBC's reputation? And I stress I'm speaking generally rather than anybody.
Yes,
of course. And look, I've spoken before publicly, and I think the history of this industry is such that we should all be concerned and appropriately diligent around the abuse of people in powerful positions. And certainly you have a dynamic when you've got presenters or even people in power. You need to ensure that you're very, very clear on what your expectations are culturally as well as the policy. Now, I think we've done really good work at the BBC, and I'm proud actually of the work we've done over the last few years, having a really clear code of conduct, our values.
Just
I mean,
having
we've
a
done
draft,
a very big push on what our values are as an organisation. We've got, I think, a good process. We could do more with it, but we've got a good process which we've introduced, which does, if you've got a concern at work, you can, the normal route obviously is to your line manager, but that is not always where you can go. That might be where a problem is.
Who cares about your line manager?
Then we have
We're talking about a member of the public whose child was paid 35 grand by one of your biggest stars to get off the face on coke, and now they've got a serious drug problem. And your biggest star was parading with his knickers down. We've seen it. Oh my goodness, I can't watch this. It's going to make me more mad. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to get back into chat now. I haven't seen any of chat. Yeah, it's... How can he honestly say that the BBC have done good work? They're like marking their own homework right now. These are sick people, sick people. They really are. It's unbelievable. Oh God, what's going on here? I'm just checking chat. Jane is here. It is frustrating. This is why I've got to. I'm so glad you guys voted to let me chime in. Can you imagine? Oh well, thank you, Michael. You've got a nice one too. All stage and theatre, of course. Hopper doppers. Hello, Funky. Well, no, because we're laughing at them because they're a bunch of old fuddy duddies, and the young fuddy duddies are trying to become old fuddy duddies. Don't worry, we won't watch it all. I just want to hear these questions.
Which is our support at work line.
Okay, we don't care about your
a pause under this part of the hearing and move to the main substance
and photos
of the reason why we invited you here. And as I said at the start, this is a follow-up to the inquiry that this committee conducted last year into BBC future funding, and the report that we published a year ago, exactly today, as it happened. And in our report, we some of the findings that were there was, I think, important that we were able to depoliticize this question about BBC future funding. And we were able to, which was one of the main aims, really, to get away from this position, which was, no BBC, no license fee, no BBC. And what we as a cross-party and non-party select committee of Parliament was able to establish was that this future funding is a serious question for all sorts of reasons in terms of the pressures on the BBC, and deciding how it should be funded into the future is becoming increasingly urgent, which is why it's good to see that the government seems to now be moving on that, according to today's media reports. And what we collectively concluded was that the status quo was not an option. So even if it was decided that the licence fee should remain the way of funding the BBC into the future, that too would need to change. And we looked at various models. Now, as part of our report, we made some specific recommendations to the BBC, and that's what we want to focus on in this session today. And with that, I'm going to move over to Baroness Harding, who will kick us off.
Thank you, Chair. So as our Chair's just said, a year ago today, we published our report entitled Licensed.
We are unique in bringing people together.
You're unique in being a knob.
Which is...
Look at his hand again.
What I was trying to say was the purposes, and I think we need to do more on this, which is because I think actually what's happened in that intervening months is we're beginning to see how technology is both
the rest of it is just really bullshit stuff. I wanted to hear what he said on Huw, and as you can hear, there wasn't much there. They wouldn't even name him. Now, I can understand, right? I can understand the old hello, Shona, love. I can understand when they were at the other place and the other select committee, and we had what's the face, Davina McCall and that aubergine guy. I can understand that they couldn't name Matthew because people weren't naming him, were they? There was a super injunction and whatnot. But this time there's no. Why weren't they named Huw? He pulled his knickers down, Pincho. Old Huw. Yeah, unfortunately, I showed it to the channel members. I did censor it all out for them, though. This was before it came out. It was Huw. Hand gestures, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Martin Frizzle. And I never got to say this, but I just want to add this now as well. And I'm not taking anything away from dementia, but Fiona, what's her face? Fiona, you know, the woman who's married to him, used to be on GMTV, and she's got Alzheimer's, and that was strategically told that she had. Fiona Phillips, that's it. They told us that Aubergine's missus had Alzheimer's to try and make us feel sorry for him. And even Dan Wootton sat on GB News and says, well, now I understand why Martin got confused and mentioned, yeah, that's it, Anne Love, mentioned the Aubergine because of his no, that wasn't an excuse. She's had that diagnosis for over a year. It was already known in the industry. It wasn't like they used that to try and make us not question him. And did you notice how everyone stopped talking about it after that? Who's speaking to our solicitors? Davina McCall or what's it McCall? Oh, I don't know. It's all messed up. I'm just reading the chats. We're like smile like a guinea pig under Penny's garden blanket. Yeah, Ninny is on what's it at the moment? Yeah, they want us to forget about that. Ninny in solitary. Martin Branning, Pink Roses. I think that people are running away with this shit. But I am doing lots of research in it, and I'm not seeing any evidence at the moment. All I'm seeing is accusations. You know, with Huw, we had a photo, right? With Matthew and Filthy Phil, we had a young individual. We had photos of them as young. We knew that he was part of that stage school. The Dan Wootton thing, it may be real, right? But the problem is that what I'm seeing isn't. Who is this Sue Pollard character? I don't know. She didn't even tell us her name. Some crap. Here we go. We're clipping. Do you know something? Do you know how many people don't watch the news, and they come here? Do you know how many of you guys watch mainstream TV? How many of you watch the mainstream media and watch the news? Do you know how many people come in and say, Pen, I can't watch that bullshit. We come to you for the news. I take one for the team, right? I am taking one for the team watching this bullshit to report it to you guys. So there you go. Clearly Clipping likes watching the news. I bet he sits in front of the BBC every night. People don't do that here. Most people, some people might do, but a lot of people, they don't, and I don't blame them either. You see, I take it for the team, guys. I suffer. So they're going to try and brush this Huw thing under the carpet, but I was going to do my after birthday stream tonight, but when I seen that, I wanted to bring that to you because I thought that's more important. That is way more important than my birthday stream. Now, we did do a little birthday stream yesterday in the garden, but I really wanted to bring that. I thought that's more important. Now, I hoped and I thought that the entire an hour and a half was going to be questions about Huw and his knickers down, but it was like, what, 10 minutes? And the rest of it was just, thank you, Alicia. The rest of it was just bullshit. Thank you, Reform. Thank you, Reform BBC. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, everybody. It was a quiet day. I wouldn't have my nails done today. I haven't had my feet done for the first time ever. It was nice. Definite witch hunt, although I don't think. No, I don't know. I've not made a decision yet. I'm just looking at all the evidence and just gathering it all up. That's funny, saying that I pay for a TV license. Whatever, Clipping, you believe whatever you want. I don't pay for a TV license, but whatever. You believe whatever you want, you know, whatever makes you feel better. Clearly, Clipping, you have a lot of problems in this life where you feel that you have to go and take others down and bring people down to your level. You're obviously not a very happy bunny deep inside. Hello, Ed. Yeah, so anyway, I'm still feeling quite poorly, Alan. I'm not feeling well at all. So I thought, scrap the birthday stream and let's talk about this guy. I saw the photo briefly. I am traumatized for life, says Isabella. It was pretty nasty. Let me just see the latest on the Huw, because this live stream is all about what happened today and also the latest on Huw, because they've gone a little bit quiet on him now. Have you noticed? Why have they gone quiet on him? They're trying to distract us. Okay, so I'm just having a quick gander. So apparently, according to that today, it says here, this is on the BBC website, that he faced during all that waffle that we couldn't sit through. It says here that he faced huge pressure why to name him amid the allegations. Now, the BBC was under huge pressure to reveal that Huw, then they talk about it. Well, look, they should be under huge pressure. And have you noticed how the narrative has changed on Horny Huw? Have you noticed? It's all changed now, because what they want us to all feel sorry for him now. Has anyone heard anything else? Because I haven't. What hospital's he in? Hello, Herman the Tosser. What hospital's he in? I want to know. Exactly, Willow Tree. I'm very disappointed in Huw. He studied French at uni. Just like me. Right. Okay. Clip in. Just do one. All right. It's got. You're not here to join in. All you're here is to do is troll. You are so boring. You're such a negative person. You are such a negative Nelly. I can't imagine being around you. All you do is moan and complain. So here we go. I'm just having a quick look at the Telegraph make me charge, trying to get some news. Now, what hospital is he in? How do we know that he's even in the hospital? Do we know this? And another question is I want to ask. I would like to go and ask this Tom Divvy all these questions. I want to know why was he reading the news, right, 2 weeks ago? Why was he reading the news 2 weeks ago if he's so ill? I'm not seeing Julie. I've seen the odd question. I'm live streaming, sweetheart. I can't see the chat quite often, so I'm just gonna have a quick look on Google and let's just see the bullshit. So apparently, hang on, what? No, can I have another cuppa, please? How can I have? Did you try that new one yet? Yeah. What? What about the other ones? Right. Sorry, I'm back. Please, yeah. So I'm just put it into Google just to see what's going on. And nobody, all we're hearing about, right, is it's in touch with family. We know that because I've just covered that. Reject all, save and exit. Okay. So we know he's in touch with the family. I'm just seeing if anything else. Oh, look at him. So they're showing little clips of what we've just looked at. But nobody's asking any questions. Where is he? What mental hospital is he in? And how come 2 weeks ago he was reading the news? He was perfectly fine. If he is that mentally unstable, right? If he's that mentally unstable that he can't even answer a few questions, right? Then to the media, because no one's asking he's not speaking out, is it? He's hiding behind his missus. He's hiding behind his wife. He's in the private, says Licia. I smell bullshit. I don't believe any of this. I'm sorry, I don't. It has gone quiet, Kimberly. I genuinely don't believe for one. Have you guys not seen the photo? I'll get it up. Hold on. Exactly, Carol. You tell him, darling. It's from this gambling. It's one of these gamblers. Go and gamble. Have you had a bad day? Have you lost all your money on the slot machines or something? Just give me a minute. Sorry. I just want to get something up. I'll show you the photo, but I have censored it. I don't believe it, Rose. I think it's bullshit. Oh, okay. You've got thousands of accounts. See, he's got thousands of them. I've got it as well. I just edited it for my, there he is, he's not gone. I edited it for, I wouldn't pay nothing for it. Because I've got it. Had it a long time ago. So we're going to send this, I'm going to get this picture up now, but I have edited it for you. So you don't have to see his bottom for YouTube and all. Even though we're after the watershed, we don't want to upset the YouTube gods, do we, guys? I'm not convinced. I honestly, how do we know, right? Well, that's fine. TikTok, tattle, tatty. You want to keep it for you. Yeah, I had it a while ago. Jane, do you want to put it on 25 seconds, please, darling? I had the photo a couple of weeks ago. Hugh's watching. And I just don't believe it. I did censor it for my members. I put it out to my members a week ago. And this was before Huw was named. I put this out, by the way. The members had the scoop first. But let me just get this up now. Hold on. But guys, this, if you don't want to see it, close your eyes. But honestly, I've censored it out and everything. But you get the idea, okay? You get the idea. So I've censored his face. I've censored his bottom. And I've sent, some people haven't seen this. If you want the real ones, drop me an email. I have got it. But he was stood there with his bottom out, with his knickers down, looking into the camera. And I find this, you know, it's not acceptable, and to young boys as well. And I want to go on a little bit of a rant now, but I need to say this. I've had a lot of people saying that Dan Wootton, whether he's done or hasn't done these things that he's alleged to have done, and they're comparing it, saying it's the same. No, it isn't the same. It is not the same, right? Dan Wootton is a gay man, right? He doesn't pretend to be straight. He hasn't married somebody. No, it was. That's the exact picture. That's the same one. Exactly, Angela, love. Exactly. How the parents are coping. It was like, well, it was like a weird look, wasn't it? It was like a weird. So Dan Wootton, like him or not, and I'm not sticking up for him, but I think that it's not as bad, Pink Roses, because he is gay. He's not pretending to be straight. So I think he did it himself, Nicola, and one of them set up timer things. Because with Huw, right, Huw on paper is a married man with children, all right, with children. So if he's spending time with young lads, and if he's going around young lads' houses, for example, then can you drop me an email and I'll send it you? Yeah, drop me an email if you want it. Just drop me an email. So on paper, he's married with children and straight. So let's say that Huw goes to visit. Let's just say there's a neighbour with a young lad, for example, who's about, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 20, whatever. Let's say if he's helping him out, if he's taking some stuff around, or just something that looked innocent. On paper, he's like, oh, well, he's a married straight man. So you wouldn't question it, would you? So if he's hanging around 17-year-old lads, you wouldn't question it. Now, if Dan Wootton, who's an openly gay man, if he was hanging around young 17-year-old, just giving you an example of 17 men, boys, and he's what, 30, 40, whatever he is, then there'd be people asking questions. Does that make any sense? Right? So I find it worse, because I find it's the lying and the shadiness that I struggle with. And it's the same with Philip. Now, if he's got these young lads coming to him for help or whatever you want to call it, like support and growth and all this crap, and helping them come out. That was one of the things that Philip was doing for Matthew, was helping him come to terms with him being gay. Now, on paper, Philip is a married straight man. So people therefore wouldn't question why he's wandering around with these young lads. It's wrong. It's the deception that I struggle with. Oh, thank you, babe. It's the deception. And if it was the other way round and Dan was hanging around with 17-year-old men, people would have something to say. And it's like if Huw, as a married straight man, was hanging around with 17-year-old girls, because remember, he's supposed to be straight, then people would ask questions, right? That's my that is what I'm saying. But Pink Roses, my point I'm trying to make is that he's gay, one's gay and one's not gay. And at the end of the day, if Dan's been doing that, were they men or were they vulnerable young adults? Because what Philip did was 10 when he met him, then 15 when he started grooming him and whatever, allegedly. He's hanging around with these young lads and pretending. Now, what if Dan Wharton's done this stuff to men and he's filmed them or whatever? That's a totally different thing. It's disgusting, but it's different. It's revenge porn. It's not grooming young kids. We need Nicola. I don't want to make this about Dan because I've got to have a video coming out on Dan. Okay. So far, I've read through all the stuff. I've been looking through all the stuff, and I'm not seeing any evidence at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of accusations. I'm not seeing enough. I've not seen any photo. I've not seen. Apparently, it's gone to police. Has it gone to police? Something's not right. Exactly. That's another thing. Is that you, Champagne, darling? Huw Edwards. Huw is being paid. Don't forget, it wasn't just Matthew. Exactly, it wasn't just Matthew. Years ago, I had to write a story about a guy, says Julius, who had sex with trees at Hyde Park. Loads of straight men go out and have gay encounters. Yeah, I think they do. Candice, I think that to me looks like he set the camera up on a selfie timer. Grown adult sex life with another grown adult is their business. Yeah, exactly. If Dan Wharton has been doing revenge porn, that's sick, man. That's illegal and that's wrong. I'm not sticking up for him. But has he been messing with young guns? I don't know. You know, like, I'm not here to expose people for doing every single crime going. I'm not here to expose Dan if he's done revenge porn. But if he's messing with kids, then I've got a problem with that, or young vulnerable adults like Matthew. Grooming is it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. It really is. Now, if there's any evidence that Dan Wharton's been messing with young kids or young vulnerable adults, then clearly we're going to have something to say about it on this channel. But I am making a video on it. I'm not, I'm looking into it. It's not about left and right. It's about right and wrong. Exactly, Kimberly. No one cares. So I'm just having a quick look into the Huw, going back to this Huw thing. I want to find out what the latest is. I want to know. So if he's in the Priory, do we have any evidence whatsoever that he's in the Priory? Did Katie Hopkins put anything out? Because again, I want to know why, if he is so mentally ill that he can't even give one little statement, why was he doing the news 2 weeks ago? Hello, Gemma, darling. It's a late one for me, love. I was out and I got back late, so I've just popped in. Very late for me. I don't normally stream at this time of night. You should go after me, Gemma. I'm not going to be on for much longer. Kids are growing publicly at Pride. Yeah, I don't agree with the children there at all. It's disgusting. So this is the latest on the Huw debacle. Now this huge debacle. Sorry. So they're saying here that the BBC probe into Huw could take months. Again, the Philip Schofield probe, we were told 12 weeks. Why is no one talking about Philip Schofield? Why has everyone gone quiet on it? It's a massive smokescreen. It is. And let's not forget that the powers that be do really want to take out GB News. That's another thing, is that people, the left and the centre, want to take GB News out. That's just a fact. And that is also what makes me a little bit weary, whether you like them or not. Anyway, okay. But I will be doing a video on Dan. I'm not ignoring the situation. I just want to get more. I've read through the entire article. I will let you know now as well that there is, I'm just going to let you guys know, there is another star, and I don't know who it is, but there is a star who has an injunction out. They've been suspended. They're not on our screens anymore. It's a man, not gay though. This is young women. And he has taken out an injunction to name him. He's been released on police bail. That's all I know. I don't know if anyone knows the name of who this is. Can you please email me, but do not put it in the chat. Has anybody else heard about this? Just quickly before we read this article. Anybody here? Oh, thank you for I missed that. The super sticker. Who's that from? Edgar and oh, thank you, Edgar. I missed it. I'm sorry. I was off the thing. Sorry. And Darren Grimes was another rumour as well. Yeah. So basically, Smiley, the BBC. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm still a little bit I'm quite under the weather, to be honest. Yeah, Isabella. It's thank you again for the super duper chatters. Yeah, Isabella. I've actually got hold of the injunction, so I know it's real. When I'm not saying stuff, people go, "Oh, Penny, you're not looking into this." I'm like, I am. I don't have to talk about it 24/7. I have Penny, but I don't know who it is, says Gail. I've got my suspicions. Oh, thank you, Jane. Apparently it's what, yeah, another statement, Jem, you mean. Hello, Jacqueline, love, how you doing? Thank you, sweetheart. It was yesterday, but I celebrate it over a couple of days. Why not? Why not? I haven't seen the news, says Lise, for 16. I don't blame you, love. So, think he is Scottish, though. Really? Oh my God, you know Scott? Nah, I don't want to name. I'm thinking of all the Scottish people now. I don't want to name anyone, because then once you name someone, just thinking it, then people might actually think you're actually accusing them, and I'm not. Okay, I'm just going to go through chat again. What are people saying? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but there is an injunction out. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Reform the BBC. Thank you. Oh, Una. Oh, thank you. Oh, guys, how kind. Thank you so much. The Inspector. I thought your name was Inspector something, or was that your handle? Hello, Keaton. So, oh, thank you. Thank you so much, darling. Oh, I can't get Una's super chat up. It went off the page too quick. Oh, hello, Cosmic Bosswa. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I tried to do it. I'm so sorry. Oh, Jem. Oh, okay. Oh, because of yesterday. Oh, darling. Well, I'll be there for you, sweetheart. SL99, been catching up on your post. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, SL99. Thank you so much, Jem. You know I'm supporting you always, darling. So anyway, just having a really quick look into this. So it says here that he was questioned, as we know, and Urs took her glasses off now, one of the dead ones. Says here, Dame Ellen said she was informed immediately following the allegations, which she first reported in The Sun. The Met Police have ended its investigation into the claims. Now, I was told that the Met Police have only ended their investigation into the one claim, the one with the mother, one claim. Remember how many have come forward now? Do you remember? You know, they're covering this up. There was actual there was actual people that worked for the BBC, who worked with Huw, coming forward and saying that he rude to them or whatever, was inappropriate with them, different accusations. No one's talking about that now. No one's talking about it. But we do have this from Dan Wootton. Now, I think we might have the video. I don't know. I say I am going to make a video on this, but let's just see what he's got to say.
The Sun journalist turned GB News presenter Dan Wootton used the opening minutes of his...
This is a hit job. I just feel it in my in my bones, in my blood, everywhere.
Programme tonight to speak out against what he called a smear campaign and unspeakable slurs against him on social media. Both The Sun and the Mail have confirmed tonight that they are investigating allegations against him. And Rebecca is here to bring us up to date. Very legally contentious story, but over to you.
Yeah, for any of those who don't know the name Dan Wootton, you might be aware of his work as a tabloid journalist. He now writes a column for the Mail Online, but he was at the News of the World and at the Sun, where he most famously, perhaps, broke the story that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were planning to leave their roles in the royal family and move abroad, which was, of course, an enormous story with enormous...
So we're not going to actually see it then. Okay. He has made a statement. I was going to wait till the video, but I thought, you know what, I'll just show it you now. I'm still looking around for more news on Huw. I can't get my head round his missus. Now, I think the missus is we need to be looking more into her, you know, because apparently she, right, was a producer. Now, I've been sent some information on her. If you're coming in wondering where the birthday stream is, by the way, we're doing it on the latest on Huw and what was said today. Okay, just in case people are wondering, this is about the latest and what happened today in at the Lords Committee. Now, apparently, this one here, this bird here, she's a producer. Now, I've heard that she worked with Philip Schofield. Now, I don't know how true this is. Now, if she was a beard, which I know some people are saying they feel sorry for her, I'm struggling. I'm sorry, but I'm struggling with this, right? I know that some people... What's this shit here? I know that some people genuinely are tricked by their spouses, that they're not, you know, that they're not gay. But these two, Philip and this one here, I sensed that they knew. Of course she knew. She works for ITV. She's a producer. She's worked with Philip Schofield, right? I've had 3 people now come to me. Oh, thank you, Jem, darling. I've had 3 people come to me and say that Huw was a regular in the Cardiff gay scene, right? Was a regular in the Cardiff gay scene in the 80s. Now, if subscribers know that he was a regular in the Cardiff gay scene, and in lockdown he broke lockdown rules to go and have it off with some dude. I don't know if he was a young guy, but the thing is, she did turn him in. Yeah, but do we believe all what we read though, Blackjack? Do you know what? She's probably just a beard. She probably doesn't even like him. And if Philip Schofield, who she works with, said, "I'll pay you a bit more money, turn him in, take the heat off me," we don't know how we cannot compare our values as citizens of this world. We have these people have different values than us, right? They're not like us. They're totally different to us. In our world, we would know if our husband was gay. In our world, we would know if, well, it does happen. I'm not going to lie, it does. I'm not saying it doesn't happen ever, but what's the chances of all these men in show business and in entertainment industry happen to have wives that don't notice these things, even though people are talking about it all the time? Like with Philip Schofield, it was an open secret. It was an open secret for decades that he was gay. Spitting Image outed him with Jason Donovan in the very early 90s. He was like 1990 or something. Outed him. So, of course, she she knew. In my opinion, she knew. The Beards know. Now, again, regular people, that can happen. But regular people aren't with high-profile people who it's an open secret that they're going off with these young men. I believe she knew, and I believe that what's its wife knew as well. Phil and Huw will get away with what they did. They'll try to, Pixie Wolf, but people like me are not going to just shut up about it that easy. Now, I've had a few people. I'd say hello, Michelle. I keep meaning to put a poll out. I'm going to put a poll out if you want me to continue looking into Phil, because there's still lots of stuff going on. Thank you for being here, by the way, Jane. Jane's an amazing moderator. She looks after chat really well. I just want to say big up, Jane. But thank you to all of our moderators and the people who aren't a moderator. These guys do a fantastic job keeping us safe from dickheads and trolls, like Clipping, for example. I think she knew. But, you know, people are saying you shouldn't be. Oh, hello, one big pond. Thank you, darling. I'm not, but thank you. Yeah, they would know. They would know. Oh, thank you, Mossy Chops. Phil was probably groomed himself. He probably was. They are a wanderer. They are. So I believe that she probably knew. Now, I am really concerned about this young person. Good night, Hayley. Yeah, it's really late, sweetheart. I'm really tired myself, darling. Thank you for being here, though, darling. I really appreciate you, hon. Just reading the chat. She didn't. Yeah, exactly. She didn't out him. She gave a statement. What she did got her a lot of attention, a lot of sympathy, and people going, "Oh, the wife, the wife." Nothing here. Hello, Axel Steele. I honestly believe that she knew, genuinely. Going to bed at midnight, says Julius. How you doing, Axel Steele, my friend? Axel Steele's plays devil's advocate. He's in the US as well, so it's different over there. It's totally different over there to here, mate. Honestly, everything, the entertainment industry, the way that things are reported, it's just so different. I love hearing your view. What was he doing in the photo? He was looking at his knickers down. Yeah, leave the trees alone. Hashtag trees lives matter. Right then, so I'm just going to have a quick look at this. Now receiving inpatient hospital care. Have you noticed though, once they put that out about the mental health and the inpatient, everyone shuts up. They've took a leaf out of Filthy Phil's book. I said this at the time. Filthy Phil did that interview and it backfired. And I'm still going through his interviews, his Sky, his BBC, and I'm still clipping it all. I don't give a shit. People say, you need to leave it alone. No, I've downloaded the interviews and I'm clipping them. I put one out this morning and I'm going to keep clipping them until I've finished clipping all the interviews. Because who's got the time to sit and go through Filthy Phil's interviews? But 15 seconds, 20 seconds short, you can see from my interviews, you can see from my shorts, how messed up he is and how much he's a liar. We wasn't having a meal. It was just a bite to eat. Fuck off, weirdo. Anyway, going back to this. So I'm just trying to catch up on the latest with Huw. So the Met Police are taking no more action against the one person. And it says here, Beeb's sources have told our chief sent a widely circulated email about the delicate situation ahead of Huw's identity emerging. Delicate situation, my arse. The purpose of the email was very clear: to contain the situation and stop BBC staff fueling the fire that had been blazing since the story broke. So it looks like that the BBC staff knew as well. The 10 is probing. Does anyone know the exact time when Huw was last on air? Does anyone know? I know it was about 2 weeks ago, 2 and a bit weeks ago. I want to see his last performance. Let me see if I can find it. Well, just hang on a sec before I go. Because at the end, oh God, what's he doing? Oh, I don't want to see you. because at the end of the day, right, if he is so bad that he can't lift his head off a pillow just to give a quick statement and he has to hide behind his beard, right, then how come he was reading the news? How come he was fine to read the news a couple of weeks ago? Why is it that when he's outed, all of a sudden, I think I might have found it, guys. Hold on. I think I found it. I want to see his last, before we go, I want to see his last performance, because if he was so ill, then 2 weeks ago, he would be all over the shop, wouldn't he? Let's just admit it. Now, if he's perfectly fine and he only, remember the allegations were out then. I don't believe it's in the Priory. I think it's all bullshit. I really do. I think it's all lies. Call it my gut feeling, call it my discernment, call it what you will. I think it's lies. Hello, Bex, love. How you doing? It's Bexy. I've just seen her name pop up. Why can't I see her now? There she is. Hello, love. How you doing? Just reading the chat. Who was it who said Cat Dealey had quite a hairy face? Huh? Cat Dealey? I say this to people who have sex with trees. Exactly, Cosmic Wartoad. He did one with the sun as well, Julia. I've got. Yeah, he did one with the sun as well, darling. Pincho's got this time off, Jane, love. Right, so it looks like this might be it. If this is the last one, let's have a look. 2 weeks ago, the BBC are probably going to bloody copyright me now. It's not even on the BBC.
And at Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic battles with the elements as he begins the defence.
Right. 3rd of the 7th, this was. We're on the 18th today. So 15 days ago, the 3rd, let me just see what day that was. He was last on the 3rd. It's a Monday. When did it break that it was him? I wonder if he was on the 4th as well. Yeah, Urs are right. Yeah, Urs one gone mad. I think a lot of them are inversions. Okay, so this was Huw. It was only 3 minutes. The BBC will probably, even though I'm not taking it from the BBC, why people upload clips of the news, I don't know, but I'm glad they do on this occasion. Let's see how he is. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. I don't think he'll be back. No, not this one. I don't know, actually. Who knows? Why can't I hear him? Right, so at this point, the rumours were just starting to circulate, but nobody knows. Nobody knew. Nobody knows. Thank you again, Anglo-Saxon. I thought the chat was slowed down some more. Oh, right. I thought it was on 25 now. Sorry, I did. Jay mustn't have been here when I says, could you slow it down to 25? Okay, I've put it on 30. It doesn't affect moderators, just letting you know. Yeah, what's a beard? It's a fake wife. Actually, 30's too much. I hate slow mode. I feel sorry for you, but you keep on asking for it, guys. You keep asking for slow mode. Do it for 20. See how you get on with that. Oh, thank you, Gem Love. Yeah, it's like a cover for the fake gay people. So here he is. Now, again, the rumours had just started, but no one knew who it was at this point. Gary Lineker was being accused, and everyone was being accused. Sorry. Everyone was being accused. So he knew that the walls were closing in. He was on a sinking ship. Right, yeah, please like the stream, guys. No, I looked, it was on 15, Jane. Honestly, I don't know what's going on, but it was on 15. I don't know why it's doing this. I think it's YouTube being dicks. I think I've put it on 20 now. I don't know what I've done. Okay, let's have a look then. Let's see how he is.
Tonight at 10, one of the biggest military operations of the past 20 years by Israeli forces in the occupied Palestinian territory.
Does he look like somebody who needs to be in the Priory who can't speak and can't get his head off a pillow? Because if all he's got to do a statement. Now, the missus weren't even on the news, was she? She said it in a statement. Why can't he? Oh, thank you, Gail, darling. He was at an award ceremony. Oh, well, thank you, darling. We need to find that. See what I mean, guys? And right. So he, at this point, he knew he knew then, but he didn't know he was going to be outed. You see, he's that cocky. Shut your gob, you dirty bastard. He knew that everyone was being accused, and he thought he could hide in a sea of accused, and that he was going to get away with it. But I'm going to go one further. Thank you, Gemma, darling. I'll get them in a sec, sweetie. What was I going to say? So I believe that there's more of this at the BBC, and people are going to go, well, of course there isn't. I do. I think that most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are doing the dodgy, shady shit. And he's thinking, well, if I get taken down, I think there's a bit of a consensus. This is just my own opinion, by the way. I might be wrong. I'm not saying this is fact. It's my opinion. That they all think, well, if I go down, I'm taking him down, I'm taking her down with me. So they probably want us. The reason why the BBC want to suck up to him is because they know that he can probably take down 10 others with him. You know, but he does look fine. So we'll try and find the awards ceremony. I'm not going to be on much longer. But yeah, let's have another look at him.
Of the West Bank.
He's a terrible wreck, guys. He's just about to go into the Priory. He's about to kill him. Attempt suicide. Look, he's even put weight on by the looks of it.
Yes, we'll have more from our correspondent on the ground as the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, urges the Israeli forces to demonstrate restraint. Also tonight.
What's he doing? I don't want to see your shitty news, thank you, BBC, just for you to copyright me. They won't strike me. They'll just stop me from being monetized. I might have to cut this out after. If they demonetize the entire stream for these little clips, then I'll have to cut it, which means that the live chat won't be available. So if the live chat's not available for those watching the replay, you can blame the BBC. Here we go.
Good evening. Our main story is one of the biggest military operations of the past 20 years by Israeli forces in the occupied Palestinian territory of the West Bank.
Put your tongue away. I can't see anything here that indicates that this guy is on death's door.
It took the form of a major aerial and ground offensive, which the Israelis claim is an operation against Palestinian militants.
We've seen your bottom. We have.
In the refugee camp at Jenin. The official statement from the Israeli government mentions an extensive counter-terrorism effort, but the Palestinian authorities say it is an invasion and a war crime.
We had no idea that the man who presented the Queen's coronation. Exactly, Marcus.
Now, in a moment, we'll have a powerful report by our correspondent Yolande Nell from Jenin, but it might be useful, first of all, to move to the screen over there to remind ourselves of the extremely challenging circumstances, to put it mildly, which have shaped
he's shuffling
this region's politics now for decades.
Let's go back. He's about politics to go into the Priory, guys.
Shaped this region's politics now for decades. Let's go back to the 1960s because
this guy looks fine to me. This guy looks perfectly fine to me. I think this is absolute bullshit. Lycia, I can't help it, love. This is utter. He looks fine. Do you know what the awards ceremony was called? Because as soon as I heard about this, I thought to myself, he was on the news the other day, right? Look, I don't mean to keep pausing it in these positions, but look at him now. He was on the news the other day. He is shuffling. He's shuffling around. Weird. Thank you, Jem, darling. It's on my Facebook, isn't it? So I need to go back out of it. And
the Israeli occupation of the West Bank here began in 1967 when Israeli forces captured and occupied the territory.
Right, so the question we've got to ask ourselves is, if he wouldn't have been outed, would he be on the news right now, or would he be in the Priory? That's the question we need to ask. Now, I wanted to say that, Bex, but I also didn't want to offend anybody, but it does look like that. He's perfectly fine, Lissy, I agree. He's very ill. Yes, he's very ill. Can barely string a sentence together. Yeah, exactly. Poor Huw. He looks very happy because at this moment in time, remember that there was rumours. There was rumours. Rach. There was rumours at the time. And I'm going to get that up in a minute, Jem. How you doing, Rachel? That nobody knew who it was. Isn't it funny how quickly it changes? It's so bizarre. Like, how can I put this? In the entertainment industry, like, it feels like we've known it was Huw for like forever, for weeks and months. We haven't. Just 2 weeks ago, he's there on the news. It's weird. It's still been on the news. Nothing wrong. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with him. Absolutely nothing wrong with him. I want to find this. No, we don't. Yoga Chick, by the way. Thanks for being a member. Yeah, this is the thing as well, Yoga Chick. This is what gets me, is that he's hiding behind mental health. And I'm not mocking mental health. I've got my own mental health problems. And a lot of us have, right? This is what gets to me, is that they use, it's like the gay thing with Philip Schofield. If you say anything, you're homophobic. There's going to be a new word soon. I'm going to copyright it. Mental healthophobic or something. They're going to try and say that if you call out any of these wrong-uns, that you are going against the you're homophobic or you're something phobic. Hello, Brett. How you doing, mate? You wouldn't know this is, mate. We're just talking about this guy. He's like one of the biggest newsreaders in the UK. It's come out that he was sending photos of his bottom to young boys, and he's married. Young lads. He's a married man, and he was paying 35 grand of our money, because we have to pay a TV license, for photos of young boys' bottoms and bits and bobs. So we're just doing a bit of exposing. Apparently, he's half dead now in the Priory. Gemma sent us an update, so I'm going to get that up now. Just give me a minute. Yeah, the hype behind mental health. And I'm sorry, but if your mental health was at the point where you were about to be admitted into the Priory and you couldn't string a sentence together, you couldn't even give a statement through your wife. Like, his wife said all that. Why couldn't he have said to his wife, I'll tell you what to say, you write it down and you give it to whoever at the press office at the BBC? Why couldn't he have said that? And have you noticed how he hasn't denied it? Right, I'm going to leave this on where I just go and find this from Jem before we go.
At that time, it was ruled by Jordan. Now, the West Bank includes the Palestinian cities of Hebron and East Jerusalem, Ramallah, Nablus, and Jenin. That's what we're talking about tonight, where the latest attacks have taken place. At least 8 Palestinians have been killed, more than 50 injured. The number of dead is likely to rise. The operation is ongoing. There were multiple drone strikes on buildings, and more than 1,000 Israeli troops entered the city and its refugee camp. The UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, has expressed his deep concern about these latest developments. So we'll start tonight with this report by our Middle East correspondent, Yolande Knell in Jenin.
The day ended as a
BBC algorithm bots will be having an absolute meltdown now. The one I really want to see, Jem, is the FT one, but he won't let me open it, darling, because it makes you pay. Go away. Not you, I'm talking to this. So these are really good, though. I'll tell you what else is a really good one, Jem, that you've sent me, is the timeline one. Right, so that's it there. So we've just seen evidence there that Huw was doing fine on the 3rd of July. And apparently it was at an awards ceremony. Is that true? More than 1,000? I wasn't even watching the news then. You'll have to excuse me. Why has Gone Mad been timed out? I don't understand why he's been timed out. Can we not time people out unless it's a proper troll, like Clipping's a troll? If it's someone just making slightly inappropriate comments, just delete the comment if it's that bad, but don't time people out. I wide awake, I'm with you. I am with you. Someone asked a question about troops. Hang on, let me just go back. Thank you, Jane. On form tonight, Pence's Junior Jones 79. Well, thank you. And how you doing, by the way? All is well and rose until he got caught out. Exactly, Bexlove, hiding behind his mental health. Yeah, it's sickening. 3 updates confirming he's there. Damn it. He won't let me open the FT one, Jem. I can't find it now. What? Someone asked a question about, is it true about going back through chat? Sorry. Can't find it now. Ask it again, whoever asked that question. Handlers. I think that they are, honestly, I believe that they are sort of, what? You got timed out. I can't even say your name, though, because you've done some awesome squiggly writing, and I'm very impressed with it. But I don't know what it says. Chili had a slip. Yeah, things do happen by mistake. I can't read it. Can you tell us what your name is? No, it was an accident. I don't know what to call you. But anyway, we haven't got rogue mods. People do make mistakes. Exactly, Daisy Meadow. I agree. Yeah, he was embarrassed. Anyway, so we're looking for our latest on Huw. Gemma has got something. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm going to be up all night with Jack. You don't want to know how bad my sleep's been. Everything. The problem is, Gem, is it won't let me read stuff. It wants me to bloody pay to read an FT Financial Times subscriber. What I'll do, Gem, I'll go through it after, and I can usually register for like a free. Keep doing it, Gem. I just can't. When I'm on air, it's really difficult to try and do these things while I'm streaming. As you, Gem, you know what it's like when you're streaming. So let me go through them after. Keep sending them, Gem. And what I'll do after, I can collate them all, and I can either put them in a video or we can talk about it on the next stream. I want to do a news stream. But yeah, Gemma's confirmed that it's a £1,500 a night and the BBC are paying for it. That's from Gemma. Gemma sent me the article, but I can't open it. So that Gemma's found all the proof. Gemma's doing some fantastic research and helping me out. So just was a big thank you. But yeah, if you want to read some of these things, you have to create an account to get like three free articles. It's really annoying. But, you know, it's difficult to do while you're live streaming. But thank you, Gemma. Keep them coming. So is Huw in hospital? The BBC is Pleasure Island in Pinocchio. I agree. Let me just Google it. Hold on a minute. Let me just see if I can find it here. Priory, Huw. Is there any proof that he's in there? Now, right. I'm going to tell, right, hang on a minute. I'm just going to say this now, right? The same, I am going to be doing I don't want to make a big thing out of this because I want to go. I'm really tired and I'm not well, but I am going to be making a Dan Wootton video. But can I just say this? This is the same website, Sportskeda, is it? If you watch my last video, or I think it's the last video. Well, no, the one before. This website is one of the websites that are saying that Dan Wootton is a wrong-un, right? And they faked it's all coming together now, guys. This is all coming together. This is the website that faked the GB News tweet that I showed you. I think it was the last video that I did. They faked a GB News tweet saying that GB News had said that Dan Wootton was off air for the immediate future, whatever, taking private time, and they want his privacy. That was a fake tweet, right? Even the channel numbers along the bottom of the Twitter handle were wrong. Okay. Now, what is the chances of the same website that did the fake tweet about Dan Wootton, that we know is fake, whether you like Dan Wootton or not, is supporting horny Huw. I knew it. I knew there was a link. I said this to you guys, didn't I? Didn't I say this? There is more to this. He did speak out. I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow, darling. So if you look here, right? Narcotics Anonymous. I love you more, Dimper. Is it Dimper? Yeah, look at this, right? Sportskeeda is the website, right? SK Pop. These are all these dodgy websites that just appear every night. He is not pulling a stunt. This was on the 13th of July. Huw Edwards, in the prior speculation, slammed online as netizens. What does that? I've never heard of that word before. Shut down trolling over mental health. See? It's all coming together. So this is the same website that are attacking GB News and Dan Wootton are defending Huw. I knew, excuse me, I knew there was more to this. Why are they coming out and supporting Huw? I know he does. I know he does Peaky Blinders. Blair got done for cottaging in the early 90s, or was it the late 80s? It's all making sense now. All making sense. So this is the same website. Okay. Who's this? Petrolia Wyatt sticking up for Huw. He continues to be... listen to this. Despite law enforcement squashing reports of the same... What is this down here? Go away. I don't want to watch you. He continues to be trashed online. Now, netizens, whatever that means, are slamming the news anchor for using his mental health. No, if that's the case, I must be one of these netizens, because I'm slamming the news anchor for using his mental health. So this website here, what's it called? Sportskeeda Pop, is supporting Huw. I bet it's supporting Phil. And how much do you want to bet it's a commie paper? Another commie? Far left. What's this here? Just reading some of this. I don't even know if it's an American one. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So these are supporting Huw. Yeah, what an absolute coward. Huw Edwards is hiding in the luxury of his 15 grand a night priory suite with his wife, Vicky, and best friend, John. Who's John Sopel? Anyone know who he is? We need to look at him play deflection cards. So these are people like me that they're calling netizens. Is that a new word for troll? And I'm not a troll, by the way. There you go. Now they're trashing these people. All right. So they're talking about the Priory and how amazing they are. And they are quoting Alistair Campbell. They are quoting Alistair Campbell, of all people. If you don't know who he is, he was Tony Blair's right-hand man and part of why we went to war. Hello, I can't say your name. Midazoplian. Here we go. So whoever this is, who are going for the hit job on Dan Wootton, right, are defending Huw and showing us the Guardian. So I think we've got a few answers here on what is going on. Now, at the moment, all we've got is two publications, Gross. Two publications who are attacking Dan Wootton. I am going to break all this down in a video, all right? Exactly, Angel Love. I am going to be... Hello, Wednesday. I am going to be breaking all this down in a video, okay? I am going to do that tomorrow. But my point I'm trying to make is there are two publications attacking Dan Wootton. Both publications are defending Huw, and both publications are left-leaning. Now, it's turning it into a partisan issue, and I don't like partisan issues. It's making me think that this is a hit job. Why is it only lefty communist type publications that are attacking Dan Wootton? Why isn't there any neutral in the middle type things, but I'll explain all this in my video. And again, I'm not if Dan has done wrong, then trust me, we'll find out as much as we can. Yeah, Miranda Ruth, exactly, Miranda. Well, but at the end of the day, we're looking for the truth, and at the moment this is looking like a bit of a hit job on GB News and Dan Wootton. And I'm not being biased against anybody, you know. Turn of the Tully's gift. Yeah, it's all very an Angel's spot on when Angel says that having an opinion makes you a troll. Okay, let me have a quick look at it. Gransnet. Oh my goodness, who knew? Do anyone else here know there's a Gransnet? We knew what Mumsnet was. There's a fucking Gransnet, guys. Oh my goodness, what next? Just seeing if there's anything about his Priory visit. Oh, so tired. Yeah, but Gemma's doing fantastic work. Thank you, Gem. Me and Jane are probably going to do a train. What's going on in America is really going under the radar, guys. When with that big train overspill with all those chemicals in Ohio. Jane, our roving reporter in Ohio, there's some nasty shit going on over there. It's all been swept under the carpet. So me and Jane are on that as well. This is just interesting. Right, okay. Let me leave it with me. Oh my God. I'm so tired. I was up all night, including I was literally because Jack's not been very well. Check Facebook Messenger. Yeah, I'm shattered. Hold on. Gemma's just sent me something. Hang on. Yeah, that's the Gem. That was from 6 days ago when the wife came out and said, let's have a look. That was when she came out and said he was in hospital. Yeah, we've got that one. Thank you, Gem. They're not showing us in the hospital though, are they, Gem? Have you noticed? Let me know, sweetheart, if you can see anything in the hospital, darling. Yeah, you've got to look at it. Like, I'm not sticking up for GB News. Thank you, Daisy. But at the end of the day, they're getting better and better. And Farage won that award. And then the left have gone into this sort of meltdown. It's difficult. I get accused of being partisan. He's got a really bad tummy problem, as many of you know. He has very bad digestive problems, and he's also it's Smiley. Gemma's amazing. Gemma, keep banging it over, darling, because it's really difficult when you're live. You know what it's like when you're live, Gem, don't you? You're trying to, when I'm not live, I can dig through it properly. I don't think he's in Priory. I'm going to call that bullshit. It's my opinion. Call me a troll. It's my opinion. I smell bullshit. I don't believe he's in the Priory. I think he's on holiday somewhere in probably Eggstain Island or somewhere. I don't believe anything what they tell us. It's all lies. Thank you, Gem. Yeah, Jack suffers with his digestion a lot, Licia, and anybody else just asked me. Yeah, I am on my toes. I do my best. I'm flicking between different pages, different websites. I like to have everything ready to go. Like, I get everything ready. But tonight was just jumping on, and yeah, it has digestive enzymes. They've stopped selling his probiotics now. I've got to find a new one. Yeah, I'm going to be on SL99. I'm going to be making a video on that. Just to add as well, so Jack fell over, he cut his knee open and he cut his hands. His knuckles have bruised. He took a nasty fall 2 days ago. He missed football tonight. Oh no, Peaky Blinders, you poor thing. You're doing very well, like a racehorse. Well, thank you, Wednesday. I appreciate that, my friend. Where are we now? Just a quick update. So Jack's tummy has been pretty bad. So I was up all night with him. We were up till 8 a.m. this morning. The whole night, me and Jack were up. And then because he gets up late, he'll sleep in the day. He's autistic. He goes through these. He overthinks everything. because he's got this cut knee, he now wants to know about healing, and he's asking me questions every 2 minutes about healing knees. And I'll think he's going to sleep, and he'll get back out of bed and go, "Are the little workers working now, Mummy?" Because I tell him that little workers are working when you're asleep, and the little white blood cells. And now he wants to know all the insides and outs of how white blood cells work and everything else. Very intelligent little dude. Oh, thank you, Lyd. I really appreciate that, my darling. So I haven't heard anything about the train situation for a long time. There's a lot going on, Axel Steele. Really, really shady shit, mate. I've got your email address. I'll send you some stuff over what I've been getting. There's looks like there's been a few people bumped off. Yeah, so he's an amazing little boy. He's home ed. We're out on Thursday. We're going to a home ed day out again. I've got his report to do for the home education team and all the year of what we've been doing for the last year. I've got so much to do. My brain is trying to do so much. So yeah, well, Axel's in the States. Jane is a really cool dude. Really nice guy. So anyway, so I've not slept. I was up all night. We had a nap again this afternoon, and then we was up again. No, I didn't. I was out this afternoon. So yeah, I've not really slept. So there you go. So bear with me. I'm doing my best, guys. Oh, thank you, Susie, darling. Oh, Susie's a darling. She really is. She's a lovely lady. Lovely lady. I'm reading chat. Anything else? Anything else? There's shit going on with these train derailments, guys. This big time stuff. And just to say again, just want to add again, there are, good night, Caroline, that I'm going now myself. Just to add this, folks, there is somebody else I don't know if they're at the BBC, but they have taken out an injunction. Now, I've put a little bit of information out for the members today. I haven't put much out, but I've put a bit of information out for our members. If you are a member, keep a look on the members tab. All right. I'm going to be putting something out on this. Can I just say a big thank you as well for yesterday when I did my little stream in the garden for my birthday. Thank you to everyone who joined me. It was such fun. It was my highlight of my birthday, obviously, apart from my little boy and my husband. Had some like little Pandora, had a bracelet and so on. Won't bore you now. I'll tell you about that when I'm on the next garden stream. But people sent donations for my birthday, and I thought it was really kind. It says buy yourself something nice. So I just want to say a massive thank you to those people. I think that's really, really kind who sent stuff for my birthday, and I had a lovely e-card as well, which I'm going to put into a little video. So I just want to say thank you. You're so kind. Oh, wasn't it nice, Jane? Ninny Wiggy's so naughty though. So I'll probably do another one tomorrow. 21 again yesterday, Wednesday. It's really fun being 21 every year, you know. It's all right, Una, darling. Do you guys want to see my nails? Hold on. Thank you, Virtual Mad World. I hate being on. My lamp's not working. I can't find the remote for my lamp. So I can't find. So I'm going to be in the dark, it looks like. Hang on. And just see if I can show you my nails. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to find my remote for my lamp before we go. Al put me this lamp in. A bulb in, and it's got different colours on it, and and it only works with the remote, and he's lost the remote. He was getting, yeah. Oh my God, Bex, it was okay. I've been seeing the lady for years, so I felt the only person I trust touching my feet was her. Oh, thank you, MG. Thank you, Miss Midaz. Can I call you something else? I look dead though. I don't really want to be on camera because I look like I'm so tired. Oh, thank you, honeysuckle love. Right, so I look dead. Oh, this remote's tiny. It's like the size of a bloody credit card. Right, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go on camera now. I told you I look dead. Okay, got my hair. Okay, look. She got some neons in. I know this is the end of the stream. If you're watching for all the Huw stuff, this is don't just turn it off now. with boring stuff. Look at the state of my hair. I just washed it and left it. Look, and then I got in the rain. Curly hair. So this, my lady got some awesome colours in. No night, Lucia. No night, darling. And I says, oh, go on there. Look, it's neon yellow. Neon yellow. How amazing is that? I've had neon orange last because it's a summer, isn't it? Thank you, Jem. Hello, Ellen, love. Thank you, Nanny. Thank you, Jem. Neon yellow. Oh, Julie, you don't have to, sweetheart. I do put a lot out as well for everybody. The members mostly get the animal stuff. Most of the animal stuff, honestly. If you like the animal stuff, look at that. Neon yellow. Oh my God, you should see under the UV. Yeah, I'll put a picture of it underneath the when she was doing it in the machine. It was under the lamp, and it was like, it was crazy. I'll put a picture of it being done. But anyway, so there you go. I had neon yellow, the first person to have this colour. Nobody else has been brave enough, and I've got a luminous pink on my feet. And they're my nails, they're real. These aren't fake, these are mine. Do you like them? A bit jazzy, aren't they? Did not want to be on camera because I look dead. I look absolutely dreadful. I went out, I washed my hair and went straight out in the rain, right? And I ended up a big frizzy monster. And I look like death. So there you go, I look dead. Oh, I had an amazing. No, it's just blonde in the sun. I just look dreadful. What is coming, Congo tick? What? Really? Wow. Never heard of that one. Oh, Gemma. I love you, darling. Oh, thank you, Gem. Oh, darling, thank you. It is good for hand signals. 43 now, guys. 43, look. See? What I do, I just tied it back, look. Oh, and I'll just show this quickly as well. Hold on. Thank you, Gem. Where's it gone? Al got me a new Pandora. This one. The rose gold one, I can't see. That one. Al got me that one. And Jack got me a little mummy charm. Okay. So we're all gonna die. Yeah, we are. So anyway, I look dead, guys. Just pretend that you didn't just see me, because I look really I look awful. Honestly, I've been awake now for about, I've had 2 hours in 24 hours, so bear with me, guys. Okay. I look dreadful. Okay. I will look better on the next stream. I dare anyone to not sleep for 24 hours, go out in the rain with your just washed your hair, get frizzy hair, and then go on camera. Trolls, knock yourselves out with my crazy hair. I don't give a shit. Let's see the trolls. Let's see what they look like when they just anyway. But let's put them out in the rain until the trolls will go on camera and stop being voiceless, faceless knobheads. Then there you go. And I'm 43. I don't look 43, but there you go. I'm 43 and I'm still knocking. I'm still here. I'm already on 24 hours. Gem, oh my goodness. Yeah, I so love my Pandora. I used to love the Trolls Virtual Mad Hair. But yeah, Hy-Vis nails. I'm glad you like them. I'll take a photo of my toes for the members as well. I don't think everybody else wants to see my toes, but I had an amazing. Just want to add as well, really quickly. Jem, get some sleep, please, darling. That's not good. Well, thank you, honeysuckle. I look dreadful. I just want to show my nails. I just want to add, tomorrow night it's looking like me and Paz. Now I can't guarantee with Paz because he can be flaky, but he did say he's gonna do. Oh, thank you, SL99. Are you a member? You're not a member. If you're a member, you get more animal stuff, like almost daily. I'll be putting stuff up. all sorts of stuff, like the birds outside. So if you do join the membership, you get lots of animal stuff and you get to help towards the animals. Yeah, you got to love the trolls, don't you? Just quickly, all being well, I'll be live tomorrow night with Paz, who has got an update. I don't know what channel I'm going to be on. I probably will still be on this one because not a lot of people know about my other one still. Ex-Army Paz will be joining us. We'll have a quick chin wag. We'll probably get his views. Oh, thank you, Jane. I really appreciate that, darling. Thank you, David. Get Ninny on the bed. I could do, I suppose. But no, he's probably asleep now. I'll get Paz on. We'll get Paz's thoughts on the Huw situation. Oh, well, thank you, top of 100. I may talk sense, but I look dreadful. Ex-Army Paz will be joining me. We'll get his take on the Huw situation. We'll get his take on all of what's going on in the news. But he has an update from his neighbour. Good night, me, my darling. Love you lot, sweetheart. Hello, Dave. All right, Dave. Paz will give us an update. His next door neighbour has got a ghost. And the neighbour is that scared. If you don't know about this, she left the house and she moved out for 3 months. She came back and the ghost or something, whatever it is, poltergeist, I don't know, sent a WhatsApp voice message to her daughter. It's crazy times, crazy. So he's going to come and update us on that and we can listen to it. He sent me the voice note. And you can hear crackling like an EVP. So Paz is going to come on tomorrow night and update us on the latest on his neighbour who has fled her home again. She's fled her home. And we'll get his take on things. All being well, I'll double check with him if he's going to still be coming on, but it's his night off. Terry Knowles, that's so funny. Yeah, so if you like Ex-Army Paz, join us tomorrow night. I'll try and look a little bit less dead and I'll go on camera. How's that? What's an EVP? It's an electronic voice phenomenon, and it's where you hear like crackly bits. Daisy Meadow. I'm just, look, guys, I've heard it. It just sounds like crackling. The neighbour, guys, this isn't just made up shit. This has been going on since November. It's all documented. There's a video on my channel that I've had to private because the neighbour found out we put her house on the bloody internet and she got upset. She fled the house. This woman fled the house. We love Paz. Big up Paz. Okay, thank you, Jen, but go to sleep, darling. Right, so if you like Paz, no, I don't like them ghost boxes. This is just all natural. If you like Paz, I'll be live tomorrow night with Paz. And then Thursday, I'm out at the seaside again on a homemade day called the Living Seas. So I think we're going to be looking at crabs and stuff with the homemade team. So I'll probably be live on Thursday. It's a crazy week, guys. It doesn't stop. So bear with me, but all being well, if the weather's nice tomorrow, we'll be out in the sun if it's sunny on the grass with the ninny wig. Okay. Right, guys, thank you for joining me. And I still call bullshit on Huw. What channel is your ghost on? I've got another channel, Honeysuckle, called The Curious Bunny. We'll probably be streaming on this one tomorrow night though, because I want to talk about other things, not just the ghost thing. But I do have a paranormal channel. Oh, is it Daisy? Oh, that's good. No, like chicken soup. I like your name. I love your name, North Country Girl. Good night. Thank you again to anyone who's sent birthday presents and cards to me. You guys are so just amazing. Sleep well. God bless. No matter where you are in the world, it could be Australia, and you could be getting up now. So good morning. Bex, I love you more, darling. You're amazing. I love Bex. MK Ultra, I love your name. And Jane as well for being a fantastic moderator. Members, everyone for being here. Please hit the like if you enjoy the content. If you don't, hit the dislike. I won't be offended. Thank you, Jane. And I will see you all tomorrow. So night. God bless. Pincho. We'll get a paranormal phone on Sunday if you're around. Okay, night, everybody. Lots of love. God bless. Night, Gail. Night, everyone. Bye-bye.